What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Why? Why?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why not? Why not?
It's fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about? Fake? It's not fake.
Fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Okay, wrestling.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's Spot Show live stream. Yes, we are live. We are live and live in color, baby. Yeah, so far anyway. I don't know. I think my home computer is about my home desktop is about had it. But anyway, more on that later. Hopefully everybody's having a good week so far. Hopefully nobody has to work the weekend. But for those of you who do, we'll give you your flowers come tomorrow night, of course. Tonight might be a little bit of short night here. Not a lot to talk about, and quite frankly, I'm like a little exhausted. Been a long week, long week. Is it just me or the week before the holiday week is usually long? Especially like the Thanksgiving, like the week before Thanksgiving is pretty long. And of course, the week of Thanksgiving, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are the 3 longest days ever. Like those 3 days right there seem to last a month for each day. I don't know. It could be just me, but yeah, next week is Thanksgiving weekend. So yeah, no spot show live stream next weekend because I'll be getting my belly full. Then I'm going to check out some Southern Fried Championship Wrestling. Then I'm going home. That's about it. Next Friday is kind of up in the air. I was thinking about doing a live stream, but man, life happens, work happens. Everybody knows how that goes. Hello, Joe King, or hello at Joe King 9819. I'm doing good. How you doing, brother Joe? Yeah, I got a few things I got to work on this weekend. You will have videos from me. You'll have the annual Classic Wrestling Reminiscing of Starrcade and Survivor Series. I think this year is Starrcade 86, and I think it's Survivor Series 90. It's the one where they had the all the survivors from each match get together and have one other match. That's good. Oh, and I am getting Full Gear this Saturday. I will be watching that. Seems like a little bit interesting card. We'll talk more about Full Gear later, but as you've seen on the top, we lost a legend in the business, a legendary announcer, Bob Cottle. He passed away this past week on November 16th. Gosh, I can't do the math. Born in 1930 and passed away, this he was 95 years old. There we go. There's the date. But yeah, he was a longtime wrestling announcer for Jim Crockett Promotions. Started in the late 50s working for him. Uh, Bob Caudle was the official voice of Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling and is known for his trademark greetings, "Hello, wrestling fans," and his trademark sign-off line. That'll do it for this week. We'll see you next week, and until then, so long for now. Um, he is known for constantly addressing the viewers as fans as well, many times during each episode. Now, one thing I did not know about Bob Caudle, uh, in addition to his role as a wrestling announcer, he also served as a major political aide for North Carolina Republican U.S. Senator Jesse Helms from 1980 to 1996. Um, Now, let's see. According to this, his broadcasting career began in Wilmington, North Carolina. He then moved to another broadcasting position in Savannah, Georgia. While in Savannah in the late 1950s, did I say 50s? Yes. Same here, Joe. Stark 86. Probably a special mean for me because that is the first VHS wrestling tape I ever gotten. The very first one. Anyway, Cottle was a weatherman for WRAL in Raleigh, North Carolina. Um, and yes, he hosted the Savannah Wrestling Show, Studio Wrestling Show. I guess he's probably worked for, who was it, Paul Jones and Ray Gunkel, I guess. I think he probably owned a part of that. Um, Anyway, Cottle continued program renamed NWA Mid-Atlantic Wrestling in 1973 after the passing of Jim Crockett Sr. Uh, Cottle had many sidekicks over the years, David Crockett and Johnny Weaver. In 1986, his show changed its name to NWA Pro Wrestling. In 1988, Jim Ross joined the show. Yeah, how's Brenda doing? Is she doing okay? Um, So yes, if any of y'all watching this live, if you want to, kick in on the chat. Wish my sister Brenda a speedy recovery. She has some medical procedure done this week, so let's hope for her a speedy recovery from that. Let's see, what else did I need to talk about? Sorry, I know I shouldn't do that. To jump from one thing to the other. But anyway, so yeah, Bob Collar worked for Jim Crockett, uh, basic until Ted Turner bought it 88. He was, let's see, hosted the syndicated WC Worldwide after JCP was purchased by Ted Turner. Um, then in 1991, he joined Smoke. He left WCW, joined South Atlantic Pro Wrestling as their lead announcer. But then, when the few months the promotion closed, Cottle went work for Jim Cornette's Smoky Mountain Wrestling until October 1994. Let's see, he did the reunion shows. He was there for, let's see, for Ric Flair's last match. Uh, Cottle opened the pay-per-view portion of the show and ended the show with his catchphrase "So long for now," both pre-recorded. Yes, he was married to his wife Jackie for 76 years until her passing this past April. They had 3 children, 7 grandchildren, and 12 great grandchildren. So yes, he did leave live a life. So rest in peace, Bob Cottle. So yeah, before I get too much anything, yeah, I am a little disappointed. Like I said, a long week. But so yeah, if you're watching this live, join me in the chat, share your opinions, or just say hello. Hello, Brenda Watson. So, or like I said, jump on here and wish Brenda a speedy recovery. And if you're not watching this live, you join me in the comments. Same thing. Wish Brenda Watson a speedy recovery in the comments. Now, and I will actually share. If you do, I'll definitely share those with with her. What's up with this ad stuff? Was this doing this last week? It used to be uh just joking. Brenda Watson. You're welcome, Brenda. Um, but now I see at joking 9819 at Brenda Watson Z or dash ZR 6EK. I think that's what it says. But confusing times. Confusing me. They confusing me. But yeah, tomorrow night I will attempt again to have a wrestling goal Friday night. I think I'll do the if it is available. I think I did find it. I just need to remember to save it. The Caribbean matches, but I think I tried to do volume 2 last week. This week I'll try to do volume 1. We'll see. I'm just gonna use my laptop tomorrow because, like I said, I think my desktop is about had it. Um, yeah, the desktop I have is I think kind of like mine. I really don't know what mine is. What is mine? Let me chat to myself. Yeah, see, like mine, I do not know where they got A48425 at. So I was like, okay, sounds good to me. You picked it, not me. But um, yeah, the desktop I have, it's not like a gaming or computer made for streaming or really for video recording. It's this a refurbished computer I got for dirt cheap, and it's the one I got when I first started this. So whenever I first started till now, it still functions. It's just that it don't function for this. Like I can go in there to do some work and stuff like that, but that's about it. So more likely I'll keep that, but maybe I need to start a. Hey, there we go. I'll start a. Now that okay, the GoFundMe is like for whatever, but I think let me look that up. There's a name for it. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I think not GoFundMe. It's something else. There's another one. Dadgummit. Mm. Is it crowdfunding? Yeah. Well. Oh. Yeah. I guess. But yeah, I think there was there used to be like a site where you go and a bunch of um crap. Let me. Mm, see, it's going to baffle me. Kickstarter. That's it. I know it's something like that. Yeah, there. I don't know if it's still around or not. There used to be. I mean, I'm just looking for the name. But yeah, I think a couple of indie movies and stuff like that got made through Kickstarter. I think. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean that's the thing in particular. You got different, do rewards and stuff like that, like free T-shirt. So, kidding, folks. I'm definitely not going to do that. But yeah, it's called Kickstarter. Um, basically, yeah, I was anyway. Fucked up my own joke. Yeah, maybe I'd go on Kickstarter there, see if I can go crowdfund me some equipment, but but maybe this laptop will do. I just kind of starts having to go back and forth. Oh, Fangora? Oh, Hmm. Yeah, I know. Let's see. If you go on Amazon, there's a movie called The Last Kumite, basically blood sport or kickboxer type movie. The ones John Claude Van Damme was in, and I think that was a crowdfunder or Kickstarter uh, funded. And yeah, I think if I can find that, I mean, I think it's before pandemic, I guess. Could have been a little after. I think a local wrestling promotion was trying to do a GoFundMe to buy a ring and rent a building and stuff like that, and and somebody was talking about kind of making fun of them, or making fun of the group doing that. I was like, well, GoFundMe, I don't think is. I mean, I guess you can do it through GoFundMe, but I think Kickstarter was supposed to be the site you go to for entertainment purposes, like movies and stuff like that, books. But but yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, it it like I said, it lasted this long. And like I said, it's not broke down or anything. I just don't think it's capable of expanding or trying to be, like I say, fancy like Applebee's, like I'm trying to do. So it's not really capable of doing that. So um, probably just use this laptop here until kind of like this laptop here. Um, we all friends here. Yeah, I got it for like cheap. Somebody's getting rid. Somebody's about to get rid of it because they were a gamer, and I mean, well, he taught me into it because A is cheap, and B, he was like, doing a sales talk. It's like, that laptop you're using right now, how can you get anything out? You need to buy this one. That kind of talk. But um, like I said, kind of gave it away for pretty cheap. So definitely not. I mean, if I bought this thing brand new, I'll be like, can't do it, folks. Can't do it. Not today. But but anyway, that's on that front. So yes, Wrestling Gold Friday night will be tomorrow night. Like I said, I will be checking out. Mm, yeah, but oh no, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe a live stream watch along, but it'll require me be sitting on the couch and eating the Reese's peanut butter pretzels or a pizza or something. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have that night. Um, well, see, I stopped doing that. Um, yeah, but let's see. But yeah, I mean, yeah, basically the stuff I kind of added and everything. And see, I went back and I quit. Well, Facebook kind of helped me on that one. They call me a digital creator on my Facebook page without me doing it, and I can't do a live stream until I get like. I mean, I think I can do one, but I got to schedule it like way, way, way in advance or something like that. I forgot how it worked. Um, and I haven't gone back in there to correct that. But yeah, I kind of added some stuff to do the multi-stream. And it kind of worked for a little bit. And like I said, Facebook decided to call me a digital creator. I'm like, no, I'm not. I just so I happen to do live stream on your platform, but which I will be doing hopefully again soon. Just depends on things go, but yeah. Um, and I took all the stuff I kind of like added on there. I took off and I quit. I mean, I tried using it again because I thought, okay, maybe they work out some of the kinks, or like I said, this my computer wasn't able to handle that. That Uno overlay or whatever. But but either way, I mean, like I said, it started working again. Then I added some stuff previous week and using a lot of that Uno overlay, and I took it all off, and it worked good enough for me to record a video, but it just for some reason would not do the live stream. I do not know why. But like I said, it was a older computer to begin with. I got it, talking about the desktop. I got on of all places Facebook Marketplace for like I said, dirt cheap, refurbished, 2 screens. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to plug in one of the screens on this one because it is sometimes a little difficult to do both. But anyway, let's see. Enough about me. Enough about me and my production talk. Like I know what I'm talking about. Talk a little bit about wrestling here. Like I said, this weekend is Full Gear. This Saturday. Let's see, where is it now? Let me find my notes here. I don't think I need that right now. There we go. Let's see. Full Gear this Saturday, November 22nd, 2025, at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Um, Crap load of matches. Let's see what we got. So far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's their usual. They usually do about 12 matches. So they'll probably be done by oh psh, they'll probably be done by 1 or 2 in the morning. But let's see what we got here. So part of the I guess the parking lot, what are they calling this? Sorry folks, I guess they don't call it the 0 hour no more. They call it the Saturday tailgate tailgate brawl instead of the 0 hour. Uh, one of the matches is Boom and Doom. Big Boom AJ and his annoying kids tagging with QT Marshall. Uh, going up against the RPG Vice, Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta. Standard little tag team match. Unfortunately, I think Boom and Doom will win. Unfortunately, unless QT Marshall maybe turns against a Big Boom AJ and his annoying kids, and causes him to lose. But right now, I highlighted Boom and Doom winning this one. So we got a fatal 4-way tag match here. The winner will receive $200,000. Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, formerly known as The Acclaim, going against the Bang Bang Gang, Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson, Big Bill and Brian Keith, the Outrunners, Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd make out that 4-way fatal 4-way match. Let's see, did not I'd like to see the Bang Bang Gang win, but I really for it to be uh, both Gun Brothers. I guess the one's injured again. Uh, hmm. Just for hell of it, I'm going to highlight Outrunners winning this one. Even though I got a feeling Caster and Bowens might win it. I don't understand why they split them up, then put them back together. Split them up, then for some reason they was kind of turning Anthony Bowens heel, which was not going to work. But they basically let him flounder. Basically let them both flounder, and then threw them back together. Let's see, and the last uh, parking lot brawl, tailgate brawl, whatever the fuck they calling it. He's called 0 hour or the buy-in. It is the Workhorsemen going up against Eddie Kingston and Hook. I would love to see the Workhorsemen win this one. This tag team is really good. Anthony Henry is a hell of a talent, but it is what it is. So, but unfortunately, I think Hook and Eddie Kingston will win that one. Yeah, if you follow the Southeast Indies, they wrestle all around, Carolinas, Georgia, I think Florida as well. They've been tag team for a long time. So I think, like I said, I'm not one to. I finally got a number, by the way. Um, if I if I heard it correctly, The Ring of Honor streaming channel, I think, has 36 subscribe or excuse me, 36,000 subscribers. So, and probably who knows how many actually watch it? Because sometimes some people might have, got the streaming network and then never watched it and totally forgot about it. I actually did that on one of them. It was like a small one. Showed some indie movies and stuff like that, and some old horror movies. Totally forgot I had it. It was one of those I planned to like, because there's like a very few things I was wanting to watch on it. So I got it, do the free trial. I watched the movies I wanted to like on one weekend, or yeah, like one weekend, and I totally forgot about it. Then I remembered because I seen the bill. It's like I was like, oh, I need to cancel this because I never did watch it again. So yeah, it could be that way for a lot of people. All right, now to the main show. Got Chris Statlander defending her AEW Women's World Championship against Mercedes Moné, who last night is now the undisputed Ring of Honor Women's Television Champion. Hooray! Yes, I guess some of those 36,000 people might watch her on Ring of Honor. But you know what? This is one of those, you got to put Chris Statlander over. The way I'm looking at this, you get nothing against Monet. I mean, it's sort of cringe that she's going to these independents, and I mean, can any of you people name any of the independents before she won the championship there? And have you even gave them a thought after that? Because I haven't. Because I think the CMLL Women's whatever champion she's that too now. I don't know, but so I think that makes it 12 or 13. Not sure why they added. Uh, I think they at one time counted the Owen Hart Classic. Yeah, I mean, okay, Chris Statlander challenged Mercedes Moné twice for the TBS championship. And that last time was definitely decisive. Like, there was no, uh, hardly any shine whatsoever for Chris Statlander. And she lost fair and square, nothing to it. And then I guess that's the whole shocking part. It shocked me that she became the AEW Women's Champion and successfully defended it against the former champion, Tony Storm. Because she won it in a four-way, then the next pay-per-view, they had a singles match and then defeated her. So I say, but I do got a feeling that this definitely will not be surprised if Mercedes Moné winds up finally winning the AEW Women's World Championship, which now let the conspiracy theories arise. Uh, did this situation happen because did they give Chris Statlander the Women's World Championship because Tony Storm put her foot down and was not going to put over Mercedes Moné? But they feel, I guess, they need to give her the World Championship because this is almost a double-edged sword here. It's like, okay, yeah, she has all these championships, but the main goal here is the big prize in this case is the AEW Women's World Championship. Yeah, she's the belt collector. But I guess if Mercedes Monet loses, will that kind of what's the word? Kind of put all those other championships mute because she wasn't good enough to beat Chris Stanlander, which she's already beat decisively twice. But yeah, this is one of those again. Want Chris Statlander to win? In my opinion, I think yes, they need Statlander to win. Um, her being champion right now needs that win over Mercedes more than Mercedes needs another belt, in my opinion. But then again, logically speaking, as she's the belt collector, the greatest women's wrestler of this time, then yes, she needs to win the AEW Women's World Championship along with those other belts. Which who knows what? I guess she'll have to go around the horn and put all those other people back over, or somebody over in those other promotions. And then just keep I mean, either surrender the AEW TBS championship, just they'll hold it. I guess they can make a rule say, hey, you can't have two singles champion, which theoretically no, but they did supposedly unify the Continental and International. And oh, by the way, last night they also announced that they're going to do the Continental Classic. It's starting next week. Yeah. But that match setup was against Tony Storm, and Storm won that one. But this, because I don't know what might happen at tag team AEW tag team women's tag team tournament. I don't know if they already penciled in Tony Storm and Mina winning it, or wait a minute. Actually, I did forget one match on here. And speaking of that, there's one more match I forgot to put on here. Uh, the final four women are going to have a four-way match, and the winner of that gets to choose their semi-final opponent. But I mean, like I said, this one's a double-edged sword. They both kind of make sense. Chris Stanlander needs to win to solidify that she is the AEW Women's Champion. That this ain't the same woman that Mercedes Monet faced last year. Was it last year? Seems not that long ago. But here's the other end of the story. She needs to win that championship to solidify that she is the best women's wrestler in the world right now. Even though she has 12 other championships. And like I said, that kind of brings almost a conspiracy theory. It's like, okay, did Tony Storm put her foot down and say, "No, I'm not losing Mercedes Moné. I'll put over somebody else. I'm not going to put over her." Maybe, I don't know. And if you, and that's my only bad thing about the Blood and Guts match. It's like she gives a lot. Chris Chandler gives a lot in her matches. She gave a lot in that match. Made sure any person she almost faced in that match looked good. I mean, Chris Chandler, like you said, there's 2 matches with Monet last year. Uh, very decisive victories for Monet. And which, I mean, I think we both watched it. It's like, no, Statlander needs to have a bigger presence in this match. It's like, we get it. Okay, Monet might win, but, I wasn't in favor of it. Because I like Chris Statlander. She's definitely one of my favorites to watch. Of the, AEW women. It's almost like I don't know if you heard the Kevin Nash talking about Raquel Rodriguez. Okay, power, tall, powerful girl. She was giving up way too much in her matches. Now she doesn't give up as much, and she's getting over a little bit better. And she's in that role that she needs to be. Chris Sandler needs to be given that same advice. She gives up. Kevin Nash needs to tell her the same thing. Say, hey, you're giving up way too much in your matches. You need especially now that you're the champion, you need to kind of be more of a physical presence than just bumping around for everybody. All right. Oops, wrong button. All right. In a no holds bar match, this match was made last night. Kyle O'Reilly versus John Moxley. Moxley's having some bad luck. I think it turns around at Full Gear, and he goes over on Kyle O'Reilly. This is supposed to be just a basic match, no street fight, this regular standard match is Pac versus Darby Allin. Could be a show stealer of a match. I think could be. Both of them are really, 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 really good and really, really go. I got highlighted Darby Allin on this one, and again, it probably wouldn't surprise me if Pac wins to show that kind of. I think Darby needs to win because Pac kind of sold this like, hey, I'm a pure athlete. You need all these bells and whistles to win matches. I don't. So I think this is the match where Darby Allin really shines and say, "Hey, I can go out and I don't need to uh, blow torches and bed of nails and gimmicks to have good matches. I can go in there and have a good match without them." So I think Darby will win that one. And of course, these matches are not like in order. For the AEW Men's World Championship is the champion Hangman Adam Page going against Samoa Joe in a steel cage match. Yes, I think this is kind of a no-brainer. I think Adam Page wins this one. Not that I have anything. Think it'd be cool to see Samoa Joe win, but I don't think it will. Has anybody seen the season 2 of Twisted Metal on the Peacock? I watched the first season. That first season was good. Maybe Thanksgiving weekend I might check that out. Binge watch that one. I like the first season. I think towards the end of the first season, it looked like they were kind of looked like season 2 was going to be the way they kind of ended it. It's supposed to be a little more stay true to the game. So that would be interesting, I think. But I definitely want to check that out. I haven't seen it. Twisted Metal season 2, and they've got a green lit for season 3 of Twisted Metal. So I guess a lot of people dug it, watched it. But yeah, I haven't watched it yet. Probably, like I said, maybe binge watch it next weekend while eating leftover turkey sandwiches. Son of a bee sting. There we go. All right, and a match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. It is the champions Bandito, and Brody King versus FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood with Stokely. I got highlighted FTR. I want FTR to win. I think they said this will make him 3-time AEW World Tag Team Champion. So, yeah, let's give it to him. And I'm thinking, let's see, okay, if they don't win, it might be because Adam Copeland and Christian possibly interfere, causing them to lose, or they win it and Copeland and Christian come in and kind of attack FTR and say, "Hey, we want it, we want the next shot. Gosh darn it!" Because didn't I kind of predict that a while back? All right, in the $1 million trios match, winner gets, or the winning team gets to split $1 million. Kenny Omega and the Jurassic Express, Jungle Jack Perry and Luchasaurus taking on the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson with their partner Josh Alexander. This one is match to go either way as well. It's not really predictable, but I don't know. I mean, I do got highlighted on my sheet Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express winning, but I can see something happens. Josh Alexander pins Omega. That way it kind of build up to their next match if they have one. But I can almost see that, but they're kind of pushing that Young Bucks are not totally, or they at least acting like they're totally not going with the Don Callis family. I mean, do they really need anybody else? They got half the roster now. starting to look like a 1998 NWO where they had half the fucking roster. But yeah, I can see that kind of Josh Alexander getting a sneaky pin on Kenny Omega, and then we still have questions about the Young Bucks. Are they really down with Don Callis or not? Or maybe they prove that they're not with the Don Callis family and uh, kind of turn on Alexander or something like that. Try to get back in a good, try and get the band back together. Try and get the elite, B, elite, B, elite. Anyway, I know I need to stop that. So that's one of those matches, anything it goes. But yeah, originally penciled, highlighted in some form or fashion the Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega winning this and getting $1 million and cash and prizes. Okay, then we got the Casino Gauntlet match for the inaugural AEW and National Championship, which we done talked about this. Back in the day on WTBS Channel 17, there was a show called Georgia Championship Wrestling. It's basically one of the first nationwide territories at the time, and if I remember correctly, if I read it right, I'll have to look it back up. So I mean, don't yell at me for getting this wrong. But then they kind of, I guess around 82 ish, 81, 82, they kind of, uh, the NWA Georgia Championship kind of got, I think there was a match that the title was held up and they rebranded the NWA National Championship. Same thing they did with the tag team titles. They rebranded the Georgia Tag Team Championship to the National Tag Team Championship, in which later on they rebranded to the United States Tag Team Championships, which didn't sit too happy with the Florida territory who had the United States Tag Team Championship, so they had to quit using the name United States Tag Team Championships and go back to Florida Tag Team Championship. Did you get all that? Did I confuse anybody? Because I actually remember, I think I remember when all that was kind of going. I mean, even though I think Jim Crockett owned it all at that point. But let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if Ricochet wins this one. Kind of depends on who all's in it, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Ricochet comes out winning this one, being the first AEW. And that they're trying to make it sound like the AEW National Championship has the same lineage as the NWA National Championship, in which there is still an NWA company owned by Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins, and he already has a national heavyweight champion. Uh-oh. Nope. I remember that. Uh-oh. What'd you remember, Joe? You lost me. Or I accidentally lost myself. So yeah, I think Oh, of the national championship. So Georgia, the Georgia Heavyweight Championship didn't get rebranded as a national championship. So oh, okay. Oh, okay. I get it now. Make sure I didn't confuse anybody. Yeah, because they actually did it because there was a Georgia Television Championship that they rebranded the uh, Georgia or the National Television Championship, and that was a cool looking belt. Or give me a. I mean, I thought it was cool looking. Had like the World Championship Wrestling logo at the time, not the Ted Turner World Championship Wrestling, but the because their show was called World Championship Wrestling at one time, and that little logo was kind of like the big plate on the belt and had the stations and all that. Looked pretty cool. Let me see if I can. Uh-oh. See if I can bring that one up. Come on, Google. There we go. There it is. Image. Let's see here. Now, I kind of wish. I guess this will work. All right, bring this one back up, and then image. Oops, wrong one. And I'm pretty sure this was a yes. That's what it looked like. So basically, well, yeah, I kind of messed up on the. I thought I had the TV stations, but no, they had all the flags of all the other countries that the TV show World Championship Wrestling was broadcast. So yeah, that was the national television championship, and of course that was uh, towards the tail end of Georgia Championship Wrestling. And of course, once Vince had it, Ole did Championship Wrestling from Georgia, had the same belt. Then when uh, Ted, or not Ted Turner, but Jim Crockett bought the Vince McMahon's um, WTBS time slot, Jim Crockett already had the World Television Championship, so they kind of kicked that one to the curb. But yeah, I kind of think, kind of betting Ricochet might win that one. Okay, then speaking of championships, uh, for the AEW TNT Championship, the champion Kyle Fletcher with Don Callis defending against Mark Briscoe in a no disqualification match. If course, Mark Briscoe wins. He's the new AEW TNT champion. However, if Kyle Fletcher wins, that means Mark Briscoe has to join the Don Callis family. And that's it. I accidentally labeled Darby Allin and Pac twice. So, as far as all the matches, except for the one I did forget, um, the the women's 4-way tag team match. Yep. Yes, I mean, yeah, that's the last thing they need. More people in that organization. Like I said, starting to look like 1998 NWO, we had half the roster. Usually, I mean, those groups are good if you got, I say 4 at the most, maybe 5, because I remember the Dangerous Alliance, uh, in the 90s with Paul Heyman and WCW that had Rick Rude, Steve Austin, Bobby Eaton, Larry Zbyszko, and Arn Anderson. That had 5 people. It kind of worked. But yeah, I'd say 3, 4 people tops in a wrestling group. You don't need so damn many. Sometimes it works if you have 4 people, then a valet and a manager, but they're not in ring competing. They're getting the heat. What match am I looking forward to? Quite honestly, I am looking forward to the Pac Darby Allin match. Uh, you know, when Pac, did that little pre-recorded promo, that actually got my interest. It's like, okay, this is going to be the match that shows that Darby Allin can go. You don't need the bells and whistles and uh, blow torches and tables and thumbtacks. He just needs him and his. I mean, which he's had matches like that, but I think I think I want to think Pac understands the assignment. Uh, and I'm not saying, I mean, because Darby Allin, he can go, but Pac he's the veteran here. He's the one who can definitely have these type of matches. I think this is going to be show the world that Darby Allin can have one of these matches against one of the best. I don't want to say pure athletes. Sounds like Jim Ross talking about Billy Gunn, but one of the best athletic in ring performers in Pac. But yeah, that's which I mean, people don't give credit where credit's due to the Freebirds. I don't think because they had that. They had kind of the. I mean, Michael Hayes was because there was only 3 of them, so Michael Hayes was the, as Jim Ross would call it, the inspirational leader, the talker, and kind of managed to a point. Terry Gordy was the enforcer. And Buddy was okay, he was mostly a tag team wrestler, but he was he was kind of the fall guy. But I mean, Freebirds originally started with 2, just Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy, and Bill Watts gave this in his interview. They came to Louisiana. Bill Watts didn't think much of Michael Hayes as a in-ring performer. Love Terry Gordy. Big kid can move that way. So he was like, man, I need to put somebody with his team. Let Michael talk and all, and just put somebody, a good, you know, technician in the ring. Buddy Roberts was available, and boom, went on to draw shit tons of money. But then, I mean, like I said, you had the Four Horsemen. You had, you know, the original, Flair, Ole, and Arn, and Tully. Tully was kind of the blue chipper. Arn was the enforcer. Ole was kind of, pretty much on his way out. But then when Ole left, you had uh, Arn, Tully, Rick, and Lex. Lex was a blue chipper, kind of rookie. Still learning. Only about what 2 years in business. Oh yeah, about a year because he was 1986 Rookie of the Year. And then you had Tilly and Arn the tag team, and Flair the world champion, JJ Dillon the manager. But I mean, a lot of people, and probably one of my favorite formations when Barry Windham was in there. It just when it happened, he goes, of course you're a fan. You're like, oh no, Barry, don't turn, don't turn, don't turn. But he did, and it's like, about a month later, it's like, well, this kind of fits. But and it's one of those things like when you get older, you watch it and you get like a new appreciation for it. And plus, I was like, I think the only time all four had a championship, Ole and Arn or Arn and Tully was the tag team champions. Barry was the U.S. champion, and Flair was the world champion. Then money got in the way. Let's see. So for you, it's Pac and Darby, Monet, and Statlander. Yeah, I mean, I think that match is going to be good, but like I said, I think Statlander needs to have a bigger presence in that match instead of um, just like that last match. It was almost like 90% Monet and 10% Stat. I think needs to get 60 or 70% of that match. I mean, even if she's putting over Monet, Statlander's got to have like, you know, like I said, 70. I did say 60 or 70. I say 70, 70, 75, 80%, about between 70 and 80% of that match. Because that way you got another story you can tell. It's like, okay, the Monet is my, is that I guess like a lot of sports teams, there's seems like that one team uh they can't beat. They can beat every team every night of the week. Every now and then, um, you get that one team that beats them, whatever. But it's kind of okay, like Georgia, Alabama. For some reason, Georgia, I mean, especially with the Kirby Smart era, if you're a college football fans, they cannot beat Alabama. They beat Alabama, yes, a couple times, and in big games, and yes, love love that moment as a Georgia fan. But usually 9 times, 8 times out of 10 at least, I guess you can call it that, Alabama's going to win. And this could be one of those, kind of like the old, I don't know if any of you people remember the old Raven versus Tommy Dreamer feud. The big story in that feud was Tommy Dreamer never able to pin Raven. Came close a bunch of times, but can never seal it. Usually outside interference because it was ECW. and Raven has flock. But yeah, so yeah, this could be, yeah, you could tell that story, and here let Statlander get, like I said, about 70-80% of the match, then uh, you know, 28-3 happens and Monet wins, or just that the situation and Monet wins. Well, that can tell a story later on, because you don't have to give her the rematch right away. Just gradually kind of build her back up. It's like, and when the situation happens again where they have to face each other, you can go back and tell that story. It's like, Chris is good. She can be like, you uh, she got a great win loss record, except for with Mercedes Monet. For some reason, she can't, you know, defeat Monet for some reason. But then had that big moment where she finally wins, defeats Monet for either whatever championship. They probably had the women's national television championship, I guess, at the time. All right, Joe King, Ben Diggin, women's division in all three companies. I haven't watched much TNA. TNA always had a good women's division though. NXT, from what little I've seen, they're okay. AEW is improving, like I said last week. You got Willow who's improving, and Willow I've always been high on. I just talked about Chris Statlander. I've always been high on her. Um, and them two get married. Harley Cameron, she's getting better. And what can you say about Tony Storm? I mean, you got the character, and somebody can work that character and still have good matches. You know, Tony Storm, yeah, definitely deserves a lot of credit. For making at least making her stuff in that division work. Having a character and going out there and having good matches. Uh, that good combination there. Um, trying to think, uh, that Mega Bane needs a little work. uh, Someone needs to teach her, say, oh, you can. There's a difference between making it look brutal than actually being brutal and hurting people. uh, I thought it was one of those feel good stories. When I think I slightly mentioned. I think this is probably like a little reward for Maxine Dupree, because I don't know if it was just part of the storyline, but it did look like Maxine Dupree has been improving, and that's what I think that's what they wanted out of that women's intercontinental championship. Becky there to legitimize it, and then put over like a younger talent. I mean, I don't think Maxine's going to be a long-term champion. It's just that feel good, um, part of the story. I mean, like I said, I don't know. Becky might bid her come next week or within the next couple weeks. Who knows? But um, then having that storyline with the referee, I don't know where that referee is going to stand in the storyline. Kind of make her kind of part of it. Um, yeah. I mean, it does. I mean, she has definitely improved. I mean, she was. Yeah. I mean, I think she's one of the ones that she was kind of like she was in a match one time. I forgot when it might have been last year before last, where I mean they were like booing the shit out of her because she was not looking that good as far as moves and stuff like that. Or it could be just one of those deals where okay, I put it up, I put a brand on this new women's Intercontinental Championship. Um, now it's time for this what this championship is supposed to be for is the women to kind of at least every now and then just be that working technician or that working girls championship, kind of like the old Intercontinental Championship was. And I'm glad they kind of like uh, making some out of those championships because it almost seems like WWE's getting in that groove where it was like, okay, do you really need all these championships? But I get it, you know. Um, but now you got to make sure they get those championships get airtime too and prestige behind them and not just an afterthought. But now we got and here's another part too. Now you got to put somebody else. If Maxine's going to have the championship for, I'm not saying like a Gunther 2-year reign or anything like that, but a few month reign. Now you got to put somebody with Maxine that can still make her because she's not Becky can sit there and call the match. Like if like in this case, it's like, okay, you're doing great, Maxine. You're working with Becky, but Becky, I need you to be the leader in the ring. Becky's that. I mean, I would say Becky, if Becky was in there with Laura Vicaria, Laura Vicaria, the girl can go too. But Becky needs to be that leader in the ring. So now you got to put Maxine with another leader in that ring to kind of help coach her along, make her look good, and probably eventually defeat her as well. But yeah, I think Natalie and Maxine's had TV time together a little bit, so maybe Natalia can go in there, maybe have briefly maybe turn against her or something like that a little bit, or say, hey, give me a shot, maybe probably have that one-off match because I don't think that Natalia is a full-time wrestler at this point. I'm not sure what their plans on for her. I'm not even sure she's on a contract or she's got one of those like a part-timers contract that she kind of do what she wants to. But make sure she's available to uh, be on the program when needed. But like I said, athletic girl and everything. I thought it was cool. And I mean the one thing I popped on, I kind of seen it happen. I was like, I mean, it wasn't as good as Ricky Steamboat, but just seeing somebody finally do a cross body block from the top rope, land it, and hook the leg all in one motion. Like I said, it wasn't as pretty as Ricky Steamboat used to do, but it worked. So yeah, Natalie's kind of like I said, I don't understand her deal. Well, yeah, TNA and AAA they got um working agreements with the WWE, which I was that's a good thing too. It's like we got NXT and we now we got Evolve too, which I don't know if anybody remembers it or even watches it. It's on Tubi, but I mean, I wish, like I said, I wish I had more time to watch all this stuff. But um, yeah, like I said, I thought that was good because I mean, let's face it, the Charlottes, uh, Becky, Bailey, they're kind of getting a little long in the tooth now. But I mean, good gosh, I talked about last week on when we was talking about the 250. I mean, how can you not have Io Sky number one because of this? She's been there the whole time, consistently doing good matches. But how over is freaking Rhea and Io Sky? I mean, I think Rhea Ripley is probably at the point where she don't really need the heavyweight women's world championship to be over. I think Rhea's at the point she, yeah, like I said, doesn't need a belt to be over. Every time she comes out, she's going to get the pop. Yeah, like I said, I ain't seen much TNA or AAA, so I can't definitely won't have to check it out one day. I think that might be my New Year's resolution. Maybe get well, can't really do the mobile hard drive. I mean, can do it, but I can use my phone as a hotspot, but it works like dial up. it doesn't it work it works if you're trying to email some reports or some pictures, or like I said, reports and some pictures, but doesn't work so good if you're trying to watch a video. Oh, cool. It's a Triple Mania. Triple Mania. Triple A presenting Triple Mania. And yeah, well, yeah, let's see. Survivor Series is next week. Yeah, check that. I've never seen a Triple A or Triple Mania. Yeah, that's like their WrestleMania pretty much. Excuse me. I have to check it out. Like I said, I think hopefully next weekend I'll have plenty of time to watch some stuff. Should have, because like I said, Thanksgiving Day, I am um, doing the Thanksgiving thing, then going to Southern Fried Championship. Yes, of course, it's Georgia. You gotta have a Thanksgiving wrestling show in Georgia. I'm pretty sure other indie promotions might around the country might have one too, but and like I said, I got gotta remember Thanksgiving. Ask my nephew if he's done borrowing my PS4. So yeah, might have to download the WWE 2K25, plug it up to one TV, the other TV, watch some Triple Mania and what other wrestling shit I can pull up. Anyway, I think that it's getting about that time, folks. Uh, gotta gotta end it here. Good stopping point here. Um, going to shut it down and start packing up because uh, I get to go home tomorrow. Hopefully, I ain't gotta work Saturday. How's the How's the most important part of the wrestling video game? The creator wrestler. I honestly, folks, I'm a total mark for the creator wrestler feature on wrestling games. It's like I create a bunch of wrestlers, and the ones in the R-rated wrestlers on the 2K whatever, they're jobbers. Okay, not all of them, but and you said it was like $44. It's the most important part of the game. Darn. I mean, I still hate that you can't upload your own music to it. I mean, I think if you get the PC version, you can, but as far as, I mean, I don't think PS5 you can do it. Xbox One, you can't do it. That's the reason I was an Xbox fan, because you can upload your music to the. Might, maybe Amazon might have for sale. Somebody might have it for sale as far as Friday week. I know Amazon's doing their Black Friday week. But yeah, the one thing I'm kind of disappointed on, you can't upload your own music to the video games. I mean, I ain't talking about just wrestling games. I'm talking about what was it? GTA 4 or 5. Not in 5, where you had the different radio stations. No, it's 4. Yeah, 4. You had different radio stations. And I think you could. Yeah, I think you did 5 also. You had different radio stations, and one of the radio stations is your uploaded music. So you can like drive around, listen to your music, and and wreak havoc in town. And I think Grand Theft Auto 6 should be coming out in the next few years. I don't keep up with gaming as much as I used to, but apparently it's been in development for a while. I think they did release a trailer for it last year, but and I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I guess now correct me if I'm wrong. When AEW created Fight Forever, it was supposed to be like one game, and you just keep downloading stuff. November 2026. So yeah, one more year. But and yeah, just keep downloading content or whatever. But from what I've heard, the game's not that good. So I'm surprised they didn't like try to uh figure out, hey, why did this game suck, and fix those problems and try it again. Try out another PC console AEW game. Or they, spent all that money doing that one, and the concept was, hey, you can play this forever. You can always uh input your DLCs in it. DLCs in this game forever. Well, I don't think you've improved the gameplay or anything like that. But who knows? It might happen. Anyway, like I said, gonna call it a night. Gotta get some packing done. Get ready to head home. Well, work then head home. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, don't forget. If you didn't join us live, you're watching this on the replay. Don't forget to leave comments. Is that the Fight Forever or the 2K25? Because last I checked, yeah, Fight Forever is like $20, if that. But yeah, like I said, I'll fight forever. Eh, eh. Maybe if it's a free download or something like that. Anyway, but anyway, like I was saying, don't forget to click the like button. Also, since you're not watching this live, in the comments, hey, wish Brenda Watson a speedy recovery. You folks have a good weekend. Um, and don't forget, hey, if you like, listen to a guy like me, that's a normal wrestling fan, talk about the sport of wrestling, talk like I actually know what the hell's going on. Hey, click that subscribe button. Join me every week on the live streams. Watch my content. Um, I do have shorts out. I'm getting pretty good views on, pretty good number of views on the shorts. I don't think that means much, but um, kind of hoping that would mean maybe a little more advertising but oh well. But but yeah, so like I said, click that subscribe button. Other than that, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.